Good morning or afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Celin Gelgec here, clinical psychologist from Melbourne Wellbeing Group. Today is episode 11 of the 90-day challenge, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about motivation. So, being winter, we're right in the thick of things now. What are we now? Getting towards mid-July. Well, coming up to mid-July. A lot of you will start to realize that it's hard to get motivated in winter, and sometimes it's hard to get motivated at all, and that can be really tough. Motivation is one of those tricky things, and we often, and sometimes myself too, are guilty of saying things like, I really need to get motivated before I start doing that thing that I've been wanting to do for ages. Or I really need to get motivated to head out for that walk, or to get exercising, or I need to be motivated to finish that course, or I need to get motivated. I need to be motivated before I seek help for something that I might be struggling with, and that's tough, because motivation is one of those things that, if we sit around waiting for motivation, it ain't going to come knocking anytime soon. And when people come to see us for help, motivation is something that we can talk about, and often at some stage during treatment end up talking about, because it's something that that people do struggle with. And it's one of those things where we need to implement some mindset strategies to help counteract motivation, because like I said before, if we sit around waiting for motivation to come knocking, motivation ain't going to come knocking. So one of the principles that we use is actually a principle that we use to help when treating depression. So this principle is called opposite action, and along with opposite action, we also teach action before motivation. And opposite action basically is doing the opposite, kicking and screaming if you have to, doing the opposite to what those unhelpful thoughts want you to do. So if you're having amotivational thoughts, or amotivated thoughts, or whatever the word is, I think that's right, amotivated thoughts to stay in bed just that little bit longer because it's so cozy and it's winter and it's cold outside, just to stay in bed that little bit longer, which means, you know what, I can't get up and go for that walk now because of time, etc. Then it's when that thought pops in. So noticing that thought when that thought pops in, encouraging yourself to, and sometimes, forcing yourself to do the opposite, just willing it somehow, whatever it is that you can find within yourself to will that, to do the opposite, and to get out there. And sometimes even that is hard. And so it's doing small things, a little bit at a time, to get you out there and to get you doing. And you know what? If it takes ages to get into a rhythm and a pattern, then that's okay. As long as you get there, every step counts. The other thing that I mentioned before was action before motivation. And the theory behind this is that we might start off taking small steps, achievable steps, but the more we put those things into practice, over time, motivation will then come following, because we'll be able to see the rewards, we'll be able to see the effort that we're putting in, and we'll also then be getting feedback from others that will be encouraging and helping us to keep moving through some of these things. And so it's about using these two principles, opposite action and action before motivation, to help you get through the difficulty of that thought of needing to be motivated to actually get stuff done. I was about to say shit, sorry, and I just said it. I do tend to swear a lot. I try to rein it in, sorry, but it is what it is. Okay, so in order to get stuff done, yes, you know what, sometimes we won't be motivated, and sometimes we'll have to use principles like opposite action and action before motivation to help us get to where we want to be. So I hope you found that useful and helpful. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye for now.